within 3 days. This is onion. This is our onion. This is a Dutch onion. It's grown without chemicals. The average onion is sprayed 9 times from start to finish. Onions grow in layers. So every time you get a chemical, it overlaps, it overlaps, and overlaps. People said the farmers or whoever spraying it said, well, it's safe. I'm a nice Tyvek student mashing guy. I guess it is safe.
There's an effort right now in California. We have a referendum on the ballot for November to challenge the idea that genetically engineered food should be labeled. So a person has a choice. They can go into the market and see something. If it's labeled, they can buy it. Or if not, they can walk away from it. Do you support the labeling of foods that are...
110,000%. Actually this market is GMO free too.
It is. The whole market? The entire...
Market,
I wasn't aware of that.
took an oath, and it's, my understanding, is to be 100% GMO free.
I didn't know that. Wow. That's cool.
Yep. They, like a lettuce head, they'll take a gene from a blowfish, and they'll hook it on a virus, and they'll put it on a lettuce seed, and what happens is that lettuce seed, that lettuce, when it grows, can take a freeze. It won't die. Why? The saying is, it's in the stores, people buy it. What about the poor slob who's allergic to fish? They don't know nothing about it. There's a gene from that blowfish and that lettuce. Years ago, we went to Rutgers for the USDA that wanted to pass a whole bunch of organic standards, industrial, residential, sewer sludge. One is full of metals, one's full of bacteria. The GMOs, which is why, and the other one was irradiation. Irradiation is, you can go to any of these farms here, buy yourself a peach, plum, nectarine, put it on the counter. Guarantee in a couple of days, once it's out or whatever, it's going to rot. You go to any store, buy yourself a peach, put it on the countertop, it's not going to rot. It's going to fade. The outside is going to get prunish looking. The inside is going to be mealy. That's not tree-ripe fruit. That's irradiated fruit. The reason why they do that is so it has a longer shelf life.
Well, we appreciate you giving us this insight. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The market here is just an L. It's about a block long this way, and it's about 2 blocks this way. I'm guessing there are 200 or 300 booths here. But there's one farmer's market in the United States. I believe it's the largest one. It's certainly the largest one I've ever been to, and it's down in Dallas, Texas. Let's see if we can find some old film footage from 20 years ago when I visited it. And it's only grown since that time. It's about the size of 4 football fields. It's about maybe 5 times the size of this or bigger. I still want to ask more people on the street. We're going to do something a little different because the people here, since I just was told that nothing here is with genetically engineered material, they've taken a vow not to use it. So none of these people use GMO foods. Let's go on the street. Let's go outside of here because you got to figure people are a little more aware to be here of the choices they're making. And we'll talk with the average person on the street. Also, we're really close to New York University and then Columbia University uptown. Let's go to 2 universities and talk with college students, graduate students, and their professors. And let's see if they're as conscious of the role of GMO. And would they buy a product if it were labeled GMO? Would they buy it off a menu on a restaurant if it was GMO? Hi, got a question for you.
Yep.
How long does it take to ferment your pickles into where you can sell them?
We use the vinegar, so we don't do like the salt deal. It actually takes 2 weeks for us to get it all fixed.
Just 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow. Looks like it's a very popular stand.
Today it is, so definitely.
Are you finding that people are more conscious of the health choices? Because these are healthy choices. They replenish a lot of the good bacteria in your body.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really good for anyone that can't have too much salt or any sodium in their diet.
Good. Thank you. If this bread was labeled GMO bread, would you buy it?
No.
Good, why not?
Because nature does a better thing for us, and not like to support Monsanto.
Good. So you come here to support a sustainable environment.
Well, I want to eat healthy. So I can go to a supermarket, or I can go directly from people that, I don't know, live more towards nature.
And you?
I just do what he tells me.
Oh. If the fish that you just bought was labeled GMO, genetically modified, would you buy it?
Probably wouldn't buy it here. That's why I come to a farmer's market.
Do you come here to support local farmers?
Pardon?
Why do you come to the local farmers market?
To get fresh ingredients, support local business, farmers, etc. Yeah.
Good. What brings you here to the farmers market?
Oh, I love fresh produce, and I want to support independent farmers any day over a supermarket.
If you saw something labeled genetically engineered, would you buy it?
I'm sorry?
If you saw this lettuce,
Genetically engineered?
would you buy it?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because the body is all we have, and you have to take care of that body. And if you don't, you're going to have a lot of trouble.
So you like to buy organic?
Absolutely.
You feel different?
I do.
First, I commend you for doing a really nice presentation. Because you know, and I know, that I'm a certified organic farmer also.
Oh, are you? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
We both know that this is going to last longer. The others that are going to be wilted later today if they didn't get the heat out.
Yeah.
Tell me about what you've done here. You've done a beautiful job of the butterhead lettuce, the crisp head lettuce, the wild garden mix.
We sell certified organic, open pollinated vegetable transplants. And I also like to sell them season appropriate and a wide variety of choices. So instead of 2 or 3 choices for a butterhead, I sell actually about 100 varieties of lettuce.
Wow.
And so in the spring, I bring spring lettuces in. In the heat of summer, which is now, I bring in lettuces that stand the heat better. And then in the fall, I bring in lettuces that do well with the cool and go into winter.
How long will one of these last in someone's refrigerator? Or
well, these are not finished products. These are actually transplants. They're to be planted. So if you put them in the refrigerator, they don't do well.
All right.
Because they're actually to be planted in a garden or into a pot.
So can I put this on the windowsill?
I consider lettuces the easiest of all my plants to grow. And it's a great plant for a city person who has very limited space, because lettuce only needs this much depth in soil in a pot. And so the long ones, you can do that, yeah.
how long did it take you to grow it to this level? About 3 or 4 inches, 5 inches?
We planted these up about 6.5, 7 weeks ago.
So a couple of months.
A couple of months.
But you know, restaurants are using this as microgreens.
I actually do sell to some chefs that use them in that very manner. But I don't sell a finished product like other produce people here. I only sell the plant, and they do buy them for the plate.
And how much longer, if this woman's growing these on her windowsill in the city, how long till it gets to be a full plant?
Well, it's pretty close to being pickable now, but I like to tell people to let them get their roots established, which takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks. But you can, as soon as they're in the pot, if you have some large leaves, you pick the outside leaves. And then as the plant continues to grow, because it's a leaf lettuce as opposed to a heading style, you continue to pick the outside leaves. If you take the interior leaves, where the growth comes from, it's done. But you just pick and pick and pick, and then at one day the plant decides to do what it's really supposed to do, which is make seed for next year's crops. The plant starts to lengthen out. The leaves it bolts. It becomes bitter, and it's the plant's way of telling the animal that's eating it, you, to stop, because it has a job to do. And
I
then it's time for you to get new ones.
I had one redhead this year grow, and I picked it for 6 months.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
6 months from one head.
From one head. Wow.
I would go to each head and take one leaf each day. So I get a big bowl because I had a lot of heads.
Right.
But they just kept growing.
Oh, how nice. That's very nice.
Well, you've done something great here. Do you believe people are more conscious of the difference between your organic produce and some that are genetically engineered?
Well, as a certified organic grower, I'm not even allowed to do a GMO type plant. It's
Right.
against the law. And I wouldn't do it even if I weren't certified. I have customers that really don't care. They just want food. They want a plant. They don't care. And I have other customers, really probably the majority of them, that are very conscious of that sort of thing. And they do speak their mind. And they speak their mind and they speak with their wallets as well.
So we're wrapping up here at the Farmers Market, Union Square, Manhattan. We've spoken with a lot of people, and the overwhelming consensus is people are here to support local, sustainable agriculture, most organic. In fact, they have more organic growers here than ever before in their history, and to a person they said no, they would not buy genetically engineered food if it was here or if it was labeled in a restaurant or some supermarket. So if Monsanto and DuPont and Bayer believe in freedom of choice and in the marketplace, go ahead and label your products. Do your advertising campaign. Hire your celebrity scientists and other celebrities, buy the ads, and then let's see how many people actually buy your product. If you have confidence in the marketability of your genetically modified product, then why should you be fighting with tens of millions of dollars the referendum in California and in every state? Why should you use? So here's the takeaway message, at least for me today, being here and interviewing so many people at the farmers market. They're here to support locally grown produce and handcrafted products from local people. Most of the time they're buying organic. And to a person they said if something is labeled GMO, they wouldn't buy it. They're conscious of the dangers of genetically modified organisms. So my message to Monsanto and DuPont, the other GMO companies, if you really believe in the free market system, label your product. Put the information out there. And then people have a choice to buy it or not. Let's see if you still have the same market share. Now we're going to talk with some people out on the street. Not ones who come specifically to support it. So more average, normal population group. In order to get some more educated opinion about the significance of genetically engineered foods, we're in front of Columbia University. This is the gate to the main campus, and we have thousands of students and faculty here and graduate students. Across the street is Barnard College. So we thought we'd ask, what do people know about genetic engineering, and would they buy foods if they were labeled genetically engineered? With lots of people coming and going, let's talk with some of them. If you saw food that was labeled genetically modified, would you buy it?
I mean, quite honestly, that was what it mean.
Do you know what a genetically modified food is?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
You would buy it?
It depends.
Would you buy organic?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. If you had a choice of buying genetically modified food or seeing it labeled, would you like it labeled, and would you buy it or buy organic?
I was just listening to that last night on a TV show about GMOs. Yeah, and they were saying they were trying to get it in California, I think, to...
On the ballot. It is on the ballot.
On the ballot out there.
To vote.
Ask me the question of that.
If you saw some food in a restaurant and it said GMO, if you saw it in a supermarket and it said GMO, would you buy it?
No.
Why not?
Well, it's contaminated. It's fake. It's contaminated.
It's been altered.
Yes, right.
Good. Would you buy organic?
Oh, I do buy organic.
You do buy organic. Why?
Well, because the nutritional value, basically.
Right.
Healthier?
Healthier.
Cleaner?
Cleaner, right.
Would you care how your food's grown?
Yeah, I would definitely buy organic.
You would definitely buy organic?
Yeah.
All right, so do you believe that we should label the food so at least you would know?
Yeah, that'd probably be good, because I think a lot of people just don't know.
They don't. And you, what would be your choice?
Between the two.
Yes, organic or genetically engineered?
It's sort of an it depends. If it was, I'm more concerned about pesticides than whether it's organic or genetically engineered.
You're getting no pesticides on organic.
I know, and so genetically engineered, it might have pesticides.
It will have pesticides.
Yeah, so I picked the organic for that reason.
Organic 100%.
Organic 100%?
Yes.
Why?
GMOs are not good for the environment.